All right, so you heard my name is Shan. Even though it's a name on its own, right, it is actually an abbreviation of my actual name that's been butchered by white folk over the years. So even I don't know how to fucking pronounce it anymore. Yeah, so as you can tell, I'm a British South Asian, if you haven't told by the attire. I'm a British South Asian man who's actually never dated a British South Asian woman. I know, it's weird. They never wanted me either. Too short, not a doctor, and I pay my taxes on time. The best thing about being a British South Asian, though, is, well, permanent tan. No tan lines. Gorgeous. White people got colonization. We got great youthful skin. We won. The worst part about being, a South Asian in this country, though, is, other than the racism, airport security. Now, I travel economy. I'm not quite at the first class stage yet, but you get about 40 kilos of luggage allowance. There really is no room for explosives. Not that I've tried recently. The other downside is the British South Asian woman. It's a mouthful to start with, but yeah, we need to have a serious talk about them. No one. Okay, since it is my TED Talk, I will educate you all. Oh, the demands they have, especially when it comes to picking a boyfriend, spouse, or anything. For starters, they want someone 7 foot tall. Then they want a professional. Someone with a professional job. Apparently a plumber wouldn't cut it. And, someone with a six-pack. Now, 1 out of 3 isn't too bad in my case. I'm 7 foot tall, I'm just very small for my height. But, we all know where this is going. This story is literally about me liking a British South Asian girl for the first time in my life. Not a good move. Not a good move. They love complaining. They really do. They've got the worst of 2 worlds. They've got the British complaining and the South Asian complaining. So it's like a team-up between Ultron and Thanos. Even the Avengers are fucked at this point. And they have the best coach in the world they can possibly have, their mothers. They really, really love complaining. I mean, if you're a doctor, it's still not good enough for them. Why can't you be like Mrs. Chowdhury's son-in-law? For some reason, she's a hunchback at this point as well. He's got 6 clinics. Well, Mrs. Chowdhury is 90 years old. Her son-in-law's 60, 6 clinics at this age. It's actually not that impressive. But I digress. So, when you're trying to ask out, a British Asian girl, there's always a dilemma. Do I go and ask her out the, halal Muslim way, because I'm also a Muslim? Don't worry, there's no bombing involved in this story. Or do I do it the haram infidel way? I chose the infidel way. So, one day, at work, where I'm a team leader at a cafe, she's walking. Hello? Yeah, there we go. So she's walking, I see her through the window. It was about time, because I've been waiting for 4 days. Waiting, staring. I know what you're thinking. What a romantic. A man not afraid of commitment. I'm not. I mean, I'm not a stalker, but her sofa in the living room does match her PJs. From what I can see through the window anyway. So I decided I was going to ask her out, because she already knew that I like her. Because, I told a friend, and girl code dictates, she told her. If guys, you don't know what girl code is, look it up. I'm not fucking explaining it. So yeah, she comes in. I decide to ask her out. Sort of. I go to her, do you want to go to dinner with me sometime? I panicked and said, as friends. Her response, we will talk about it later. I just wish you told me to fuck off, to be honest. Oh, what do you know? The story did involve bombing after all. But dating is hard for all men these days. Not because of women, but because of other men. Because men are scumbags. I'm half a scumbag on my father's side. And so technically I'm a catch, because you've got an endless line of fuckboys out there who think taking their date to a McDonald's and sharing a meal is a good date. I would at least take it a Subway. And because I really like her, I'd swing for a footlong. Make it a meal deal. And I'd also accept her flaws as well. You know, for example, if she was a serial killer, I'd be okay with that. I would like her to do it part-time, though, because, you know, I'd like to spend some time with her. However, if she does have to do it full-time, we'll just make it a couple's activity. I have a long list of people who will never get bored. The sad part is, though, I think she does believe I'm like every other man who's after the one thing: her Netflix password. But in reality, this is how I want it to be, you know. Come back from a long, hard day at work, and you just sit down on the sofa, can be the one she already has. And, you know, her head on my shoulders, silent, forget about the outside world. I know, romantic. Until she really needs to pee and I have to decide whether I untie her or let the pee stains be on the sofa. For the record, no British South Asian woman were harmed during the making of this comedy show. I mean, I'm sure she'll be fine for another couple of hours in my basement without any food, water, sunlight. Well, everything's fair in love and war. At least that's what I'm going to tell the judge anyway. Thank you, everyone. You've been fantastic. Enjoy the rest of the show.